Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to Spintires, the original game. This is the 1.3.7 beta patch, and we are in the Canyons map. Let's get rolling as quickly as possible. The sun just came up. It's 5:40, and we got to get rolling because we got a job to do. We got a mission. So this map, this map. It's harder. It really is. It's like harder than any other Spintires map I think I've ever been on. Not exaggerating. This cloaking point down here, way over here in the corner, is the hardest one on the map so far. I haven't even been over on the east side of the map, but ugh. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to quickly drive down here approximately. We're going to cross over. We're going to come up, and I'm going to try once again to get this cloaking point. When we get to it, when you see it, you'll know what I'm on about. Right, let's get flipped around here. Brake is off. Here we go. So, Spintires, right. I got a comment from somebody saying more Spintires videos, and I wasn't sure if they were kidding or not. And then they sent me another comment saying more Spintires videos. And I began to think to myself, I think this cat wants more Spintires videos. Now, a lot of YouTubers, they don't do requests. They say, this is my channel. I'll do what I want. This is not a circus act. I do what I want. And they don't do that. I might get to that point, but for now, if you're here with me at the beginning as we're building the channel, as we're growing the channel, if you're OG on my YouTube channel, I'll make a Spintires video for you. No problem. I stopped recording Spintires because this map is so frustrating. I've thrown so many trucks off cliffs, and I've thrown so many trucks down into the, I don't know what it is, it's a hole. I've thrown trucks down into that hole trying to get that last discovery point. I've done it. I've gotten down there and I've gotten out. But I feel like this whole map is so masterfully designed, so wonderfully balanced, that it's like you can't get from one place to another place directly. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? And when you do, you run out of fuel. It's really, really tricky, and it's really well balanced. And that's a compliment when I say that. I love balance in gaming, and it is super, super well balanced. And I'm struggling with it. It's so much harder than previous Spintires maps that I've been on. So, I stepped away from it, but then I saw those comments and I thought, I'll give it one more try. I'll give it one more try. If you're seeing this at all, it means we made it, because if we didn't make it, I would have already, you know what I'm saying? The only way you're seeing this is if we made it to the end. It's, is that meta? That might be meta. I don't know. It's like prophecy. It's like it's foretold. Can only be what it can be. So, we got that one. Let's clear these out a little bit so we don't have any mess. So we got to go through there, and then across, and then up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, 1.3.7, it's a beta patch. You need to opt into it. It's not official yet, so you need to opt into it in Steam. And it was relatively small. It came in at, I believe, 11 meg. So not, some of these sims, some of these games, when a patch comes in, it is literally the size of the entire game, because it's quicker to just download a couple gig than it is to unzip everything, replace a couple things, and zip it all up again. That was not the case with this one. It was a very small file, and I don't think they did a whole bunch of things. So it's not, earth-shattering news 1.3.7, but you can opt in if you want, if you're into that sort of thing. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I like being a part of beta programs. I like the idea of being able to contribute some feedback back to a developer. Get in there and help them continue to grow their games. So, as far as sending crash reports or feedback or that sort of thing, I'm happy to do that. It's also cool to sometimes see some features before other people do, although, it's not exactly private, closed beta testing. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm on the team or anything. It's not like I'm actually working on the development. Anybody can opt into this, is what I'm saying. But it's fun to be a part of something like that, to get on that beta life. So this game, oh man, and just getting this prepped. And when I say stuff like this, I'm not complaining. I don't want to sound like I'm whining. When I say stuff like this, I'm saying it's funny to me. It's hilarious. But it took me like 2.5 hours to get this all set up. Because what you gotta did is, you can't do anything directly on this map. There's just not, the distances are just perfectly wrong and terrible. So you can't quite make it there on one tank. So you've got to like go empty with garage parts, right? Like not hauling a trailer, just throw some garage parts on the back of a truck, drive down there, and that will allow you to have enough fuel to make it there. When you get there, contribute those, come back empty, right? When you get back to the original garage, it'll add a little bit of fuel. Now you can pick up more garage parts, go back to that garage. You'll be just about out of fuel, but when you get there and open the garage, then it's going to add a little bit of fuel. And then you take a fuel trailer and you go up to the fuel pump, and it's very tricky. If you're playing this map, please do let me know what you think about it. I like it, but it is tricky. And what we're coming to up here, this is my nemesis. Not this bridge, but this little, careful. This little cloaking point down in the holler. It's bad. And then on top of that, I've thrown trucks off of cliffs like right now, right? Just imagine, we're not even doing the hard thing yet. We're just getting to the place where we're going to do the hard thing. And the truck, goes a little wonky and goes off a cliff. So right now I'll pause. Do you see down there by the river at our 9 o'clock? That is the cloaking point. You gotta be kidding me. I couldn't even find it for the longest time. And then I threw a Jeep off this cliff. And then the next time I looked at the map, I realized that our cloaking was uncloaked. And it occurred to me, perhaps, rather than this being a road to somewhere, it just goes down the hill to where the cloaking point is. And in fact, that is the case. Come on, big truck. Come on, big polar truck. You got it. It's right there, buddy. Oh, it's right there. Okay, so I'm going to pause here. I'm going to set the brake, have a sip of my delicious drink. And the delicious drink is almond milk with turmeric and honey in it. It's different. I try to take care of myself. I try to eat right. I'm into those magic elixirs, give it. And some of them, I have to say, don't taste so good. They're good for you, though. Right. Cover your ears. This next part is ridiculous. Because what'll happen is, as we crest this little area right here, like, brakes are on. And we will just slowly slide down to the bottom of the hill. And the trick I've found is to brake enough so that you're not going so fast that you break the truck when you get to the bottom, or flip over into the river. Oh dear. But also don't brake so hard that you roll before you even get down the hill. Son of a... Go. No. Oh. Now, something else. I got another comment. The E167 is I don't know what it is. It's like a bus. It's like an off-road bus. And it's part of this 1.36. It's in base game now. Oh, we're half done, by the way. Because now we got to get up out of this hole. That E167, somebody said in a comment, hey, maybe that thing floats. Yeah, it doesn't. I tested that. It sinks like a stone and takes 100% damage immediately. Right. Now, this is phase 2, part twice. Okay, so the trees, the trees are far enough apart going up the hill here that we can't quite grab one from the bottom and winch all the way up. And even the one that we can grab, even the one that we can grab, will be far enough away. Let's do this one. Even the one that we can grab will be far enough away. I think we need to be further up, even though it's just a little bit. We just need to, yeah, right about there. We won't be able to, yeah, see, if we grab this one, it's going to want to flip us. Oh, I've done this so many times. I'm not, like I said, I'm not, like, complaining. But it is diabolical down here. Right. So now we set the brake, and we're basically hanging on our winch. So when we release, we're going to slide back a little bit. The trick I have found is to release and then grab another tree quickly enough. Oh, it came unreleased. Okay. So it goes. That's all we needed to do anyway. So we go up here. And yeah, that's it. Now we're in a tree. This just goes on and on. So we got to go back over to this side. Right? And we want to be... leaning against this tree, if that makes sense. Right? So now, when we release... up here... here. Brake is off. Okay. Yeah, so we made it past that first tree. But you begin to see the problem. It's so steep now that as soon as we come off the winch, we start to slide backwards. Now there's a little shelf up here. And if we can get to that, that will hold the weight just long enough. Don't flip, don't flip. That will hold the weight just long enough for us to get the winch on something else. Don't flip. Don't. Oh. Right. So then we set the brake. Oh, this is the part right here. Right. So we're going to grab this and hope that there's something on the other side. And there is. Beautiful. Ah. Brake is off. Here we go. So, don't. So I have done this successfully, but not many times. And then immediately after, something else goes horribly wrong, and I had to step away from the game. It was getting too frustrating, which is weird because Spintires is such a mellow, laid-back, you know. I mean, it's hard in its own way, but it's not, you know. Right. So if we go here, yeah, see, it's just hanging on that tree. And as soon as we release, it's going to, unless I try it this way, because there's slack in it now. Nope. So let's try this tree. If you knew how many times I've thrown myself off this cliff trying to get this cloaking point. We're gonna do this. We are. Oh, right. If we can just get on a flat enough piece of land for the parking brake to hold us, right? Then we release from here and we don't drift backwards. Beautiful. So we turn that off. And I think, holy smokes, as long as nothing terrible happens right now, I think we got it. Beautiful. Right? Alright. So, we're going to stop here, because this thing gets horrible mileage. So we need, let's throw some fuel in. There we go. We don't need any repairs. I guess we could do just a few. Right, there's our repairs. Now, where are we going next? I mean, we can go back the way we came. Let's do this. Let's go down here, across. I haven't even been out here to the east of the map yet. I seriously have not. So let us get this cloaking point here, And if we can do that in 15 minutes, then we'll call it. And then next episode, we'll explore up north a little bit. Right. There we go. Brake is off. The controls are different in 1.3.7. I'm going to leave them rather than putting them back to what I'm used to. I'm going to leave them the way they've configured them and assume that that is for a reason. In some ways, it is more intuitive. I just don't have the muscle memory for it yet, but I think after a session or two, I'll be more used to it, and then we'll be good to go. But you may see me, like right now, just a second ago, I was trying to unlock the differential, and I ended up opening the map. Just not quite used to it yet. Right, so we'll go down the hill. Yeah, this map is, and when I say this, it is, I mean it in a good way. It's a lot harder than other Spintires maps that I've been on in the past, as far as base game maps. I've tried some mod maps, like community developed maps, and I have to say I didn't really like them. They didn't have. I'm used to farm sim maps, and farm sim maps have a, I don't know, just kind of a pro feel to them. For the most part, I mean, there's some dogs out there, but a lot of the maps look like they were just kind of slapped together by somebody experimenting. They don't have that real sort of finished look to them. So I've only ever really spent significant time on base game maps, and comparing this to base game maps, I find it to be nope. There you go. I find it to be a lot harder than base game maps, and I do think that in the past couple years, I don't know, maybe they've got some new staff over there, people rotated in, rotated out the way you do. So if they've got some young blood, some fresh blood over there at, is it Uvi? I think it's Uvi that makes Spintires. Don't flip, don't. I'm trying to keep my left tires in the dry, but that means that there's going to be that differential, right? The right tires are going to be on very soft mud, and the left tires are going to be on that hard, firm shoulder. So it is going to throw us sideways a little bit, but we made it. Okay, so we're doing good. We're good on fuel, and we'll get this cloaking point. And we might call it right there. I'm so glad that worked. I'd say I've got about a 30% success rate getting that cloaking point open. But it is tricky. If you've got Spintires, and whether you're in the beta or not, you'll have the Canyon DLC because it's free DLC. But if you've got this Canyon map, try and grab that cloaking point. It's a riot, man. It really is. Even just getting down to it is next level. All right, so we go through here. Beautiful. Just creeping. Here. There we go. Here, and then from here we're going to turn to the left, and this will be a part of the map I haven't been on yet, so curious to see what it's all about. We'll see it together for the first time, unless you've been on it, and then you'll be seeing it for the second time while I'm seeing it for the first time. There's our garage to the, you know what, while we're here, let's do this. While we're here, let's go down here, and we'll get a little bump of fuel, and we'll also, our truck will be repaired to 0. Well, it's at 0 now, but our repair parts will be refilled. I can't imagine that we would need them all, but what's the harm in getting a little splash of fuel and topping off our repair parts? There we go. Beautiful. Did we get any fuel? Can't even tell. I'll check on the replay. Right, so we're going up here. And then to the right, man, this For as floaty as this truck looks, those gigantic low PSI tires, it really doesn't float all that well. It's not the grippiest truck in the fleet, but I just got to think for polar trucks. It's weird. I would love it if this utility box on the back was matching rather than army green. Look at that. Oh, that's the thing. Okay, this thing above us, I can't pivot the camera up far enough to see it, but this thing above us is when we lose the camera under here. So there is something above us. Okay. Some big rock formation. I don't know how I've never spotted that before. I've been back and forth through this part enough times, but then I typically make the right up the hill to the fuel stop, which is where we began the episode. So, okay. There's something above us. Bit of a natural bridge. There you go. And we come out of it. Fantastic. 21 minutes. Perfect. We are on hardcore physics as well, which does some weird things when you're descending. It really, I guess the pull of gravity down when you're descending is, I think, a lot more apparent when you're on the hardcore physics or hardcore difficulty or whatever. The truck slides a lot more, and also the front wheels tend to turn and get pulled in different directions, not from one another, but the steering effect, terrain steering effect. I like it, but it is definitely frustrating. And I mean, it was so frustrating, I had to like step away from it because it was just, I had to keep restarting the save game because all my trucks would be like at the bottom of a cliff. I had nothing to rescue with, and this game has no, at least that I've ever found, there's no save point. The save point is when you stop playing the game. There's no intermittent. Like, you can't get to a good place and save, and I'm gonna go crazy, and if everything is tits up on me, I'll just come back to this good save game. No, you don't get to do that. Like I said, at least that I've found. If there is a way to do that, I'd be all over it, because it is no fun starting over. Right, so here's our cloaking. We'll grab this carefully. Like so. Let's see what we got. Okay. So we've got one more cloaking. It says it's here, but this is looking pretty open. I guess this would open it up to this area. Let's do this. Let's go around here, because we've got another 7 minutes. We'll go around here to this one, and then after we do this one, we'll go back to this one. Right over here. Okay. Let's do it. So we got to back up. And I think this will work out just perfectly with fuel, as long as that fuel is not inaccessible, right? Like, there are a couple places on this map where, because of your location, your proximity, it's like, well, surely I'm right next to that thing. But then when you look at it, you're actually on the opposite side of a mountain from it, and there's no way to get directly to it. So hopefully this fuel up here, because we're going to, by the time we get these 2 cloaking points, we're going to be just about out of fuel. So hopefully it will be accessible and we can top off. Alright, so we'll go right up here. At least we're making good time up this hill. Up here. Oh, it's perfect too, because it's just going to be getting dark in another, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. So hopefully this all works out. Here. Oh, it does not like that. There we go. Here. Fantastic. still the most interesting camera of any video game I've ever played. It's got a mind of its own. Through here. And in fact, moment please. Alright, right about like so. There you go. Cool, needed a screenshot. And I always forget. But now we got that one. So right through here. I don't know how hard the rest of these will be to get to. I know that first one that we did in the episode. It's not the first one I did on the map, but well, no, we crossed that other one on the way to it. But you know what I mean. The hard one that we had to get down in the little canyon to get to. I don't know if the rest of these will be that difficult. Because, I mean, this one's a piece of cake. The one we just did a minute ago, not too bad. There we go. And now I believe we're just going to go right back the way we came. And we should get to that just about dark. Let me take a peek. So we'll go here. Let's mark this turn so we don't miss it. And then this is a river, but I don't see any way to get to the other side of it. Let's go right there. Beautiful. Here we go. Right down here. Just turned my lights on, but it's so hazy you really can't even tell. Alright. Ooh. This is when bad things happen. I get near these edges, these cliffs. Alright. Is there a turn here? I can't tell. Doesn't look like it. No, I thought there was a turn off to the left, but there's not. Okay. So now, oh, see, we're going the wrong way. Alright, maybe this loops back around. Yep. So we go right down here. Creep through here. We're going to run out of fuel back here in like the worst, least accessible part of the map. Perfect. That's not a road. Yeah, this doesn't... this isn't going the way I want it to. Let's take a look at the map. No, I mean, there's fuel behind us now. I wonder if we can get back to this one somehow. All right, let's head up here a little ways, and we will we'll either look for a right turn that will allow us to go back. Wait a minute. No, not really. Okay, we'll go up here. We'll look for a right turn that will allow us to go back to that fuel stop, or we'll just go till we run out of fuel and call it. What else can we do? This looks, this could be something. I don't think we're going to make it on fuel. We've only got, yeah, we're not going to make it. But we got the hardest cloaking point that I know of so far on the map. We did get that one down in the hollow there. So that is off our list. Next episode, we can just keep kind of chipping away at it. Yeah, this is definitely taking us the wrong direction. That's okay, though. Still exploring. Unless this loops around and goes all the way down the hill. And, you know, it might, but I don't think we have enough fuel to get anywhere. right? Like, even if this does go all the way down the hill. Yep, and I think it does. Set the brake. Check the map. We're too far up. I was trying to get back to this one here, but we're way up on the other end of the map. Okay, well, if anything, we could get down here. I don't think we have the fuel to do it, but we'll at least head in that direction. As long as we don't roll it. Nope, we make it. Okay. Man, I would love to get some momentum here. We're just caught in this deep stuff. But I can see it's a little more firm right in front of us. We can just get up on top here. Yeah, like so. Beautiful. But yeah, it's a little too far. It's 300 meters to get where we're going. That's just too far. On 62 liters of fuel. Unless it's all downhill, like literally all downhill, and we can just coast to it. That seems unlikely. Oh, we're just circumnavigating now. I don't even know where we're going. All right. I'll switch back. Fortunately, we do have a utility and fuel trailer. Oh, and I think we're caught on a tree. Oh, of course we are. I love you, game. I love you, camera. We caught on a tree or a big rock? Can't tell. Well, we're free now. Okay, we're free, but we're out of fuel. There we go. Yep. Okay. That's where we'll leave it. Done. Set the brake. Pivot around here. Camera. Cooperate. There it is. We'll pivot around here. Turn that off. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Spintires, the original game. This is the 1.3.7 patch in the Canyons map. We'll see you next time. Take care now.